Alright everyone, here's the current state of the hobby room. Said the spray booth's there, Darth Vader's head installed. Always gotta have a Darth Vader head. Workbench is in a box. Stuff is just boxes and tables and chairs everywhere. So I'm gonna get going on this. Tonight's task is to get that workbench put together. Yeah, I'm going industrial in here. It's a commercial workbench. It's for a garage. It's got a hardwood top. I got a lot of room along this wall, so I decided I was going to go with a commercial bench and a few other things. We talked about putting cabinets in. Cabinets were going to cost far more. Even the do-it-yourself cabinets were going to cost far more than this workbench did. And a couple of cabinets to go with the workbench. So I decided to go that route. I'm getting some mechanics work cabinets, kind of mechanics cabinets for tools. But anyhow, I couldn't find them. They're out of stock. They've got them on order. As soon as I get them, I'm bringing them in, put them together. So let me get going. Everything's disarrayed in here and a mess. Movers are coming tomorrow with all the model stash, basically. Everything else is already here, including foil covered tripod because Thunderpaw thinks it's a scratching post, and a paint shaker. Alright, I'm going to get going on this spare filters for the paint booth with the Cylon Raiders in that box. I'm sure it took the move just fine. We have various other things in boxes out in the hall, and the stairs are there. Alright, LED lighting in the ceiling, by the way. Yeah, I'm sure the camera's not liking them because they're quite bright. I think they're 17 watt LEDs. No, that's a little high. They're more like 13 to 15 watt LEDs. They're still pretty bright. Alright, be back in a bit. Every hobby room has to have some artwork. So, at Hobby Lobby the other day, I found some metal signs. I always like the old Flash Gordon type shows with the rockets lying around and stuff. They were all half price. All this metal signage was half price. So I went a little crazy. Flash Gordon right here. I think I actually have this comic book in my comic book collection someplace. I really think I have it. I'll have to look and see. That'd be fun because if I have the comic book and I have the metal sign, put them side by side, that'd be interesting. Right? And who could pass up on this one? I'm going to have to start picking them up and pull them over here because I want you guys to get previews. Who could pass up on this one? Cutaway view of the Enterprise, the old one from the original series, the bridge, the Galileo. Yep, another metal sign. It's contoured in 3D. And here comes the two I really couldn't pass up. The Incom T-65 X-Wing with a bunch of cockpit details, characteristics. Okay. 4 Incom, 4 L4 fusel thrust engines give the starfighter relative fast space and atmosphere speeds. You know, just reading it all out. I don't know how accurate any of this is. It's an Acme Technoplate. It's a 3D metal sign too. And here's the one that really got me going on it. Millennium Falcon. Another one of these. I wonder if they had more of them, but that's all they had at the Hobby Lobby that was near my house. I wonder if they had more of them. But we're going to find some spots on the walls and hang them. Probably on this wall here. All 5 of them will probably go on this wall. Yes, I have glass doors to my hobby room to keep the cats out. Okay, here's the workbench I'm putting together. Ultra heavy duty commercial workbench, garage, warehouse, mail rooms, work centers. I know I'm looking at everything weird angles. 1,000-pound loading capacity. Okay. It's 72 by 25 by 37.5. Okay. I'm about to get the cutters and open it. The thing is heavy. I couldn't carry it up here by myself. Let me get the cutters, open it, and let you see what's in the box. Okay, I cut the box open. I'm kind of glad I did, because there's no way I was getting this stuff to slide out on its own. That's the bench top. It is heavy too. It's probably about 100 pounds. Wow. Underneath it you can see the legs. So I'm going to get that bench top moved and off to the side and come back and show you what's under it. But wow, that thing is heavy, and I really should have help with this. Alright, I got the top out of the way. Here's the legs and the rest of it. I get the feeling most of this is going to be pretty straightforward to put together. Let me get going on it. Get all the parts out of there and get them laid out so we know what's what. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, here's what was in the box. There are 3 of these, each identical. These are the legs. You have 2 side brackets and 1 center bracket, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the directions yet. Okay. Of course, you have the tabletop, which is right there. And you have a parts box. It says parts inside the box. Don't throw this away. And here's a whole lot in there. It comes with a wrench. That's very nice of them. A bunch of nuts and bolts. Some pretty heavy looking feet. And assembly directions. Now, I don't expect this to take very long to do, to be honest with you. Because page 105 is an exploded view, and you could probably put the whole thing together. That was the rear rail, not the center rail. You could probably put the whole thing together off the exploded view just alone. Parts list. Bottom crosspiece 1, top crossbars 2. There's 26 bolts. There's 1 hardwood top. 3 leg pieces, 6 feet. A wrench, and 26 washers. Step 1, open the box. Did that. Step 2, unfold inner box. Remove styrofoam, expose screws. Hole the screw holes of the wood board. Okay, so step 2 is to get that thing, put it on the floor where you can play with it. Got it. Step 3, slide the leg pieces and the top crossbars as shown. Oh, I forgot. Step 2, it says the wood board, line up the screw holes. Keep in mind the screw holes for legs must face the inside of the board. Do not screw these pieces in yet. This should be left until all the pieces are in place. Place the top 2 crossbars. Slide the leg pieces into the top crossbars as shown. Make sure the screw holes for the bottom crosses face forward to the front of the workbench. Step 5, fit the bottom crossbar in. Step 6, use the wrench to screw all the screws. Step 7, put the feet on it. Step 8, make sure everything's tight and stand the thing up. This is not very long to do. There's 8 steps. This probably take me all of 20 minutes. I'm going to go get the top of the thing. We're going to go through each step one at a time on camera to show you how it works. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, here's what's inside the workbench box. Big chunk of wood. It looks like that wood's about 1 inch thick. It says it's maple, and there's an arrow for the front, and you can see the bolt holes. Now it says take the 2 cross pieces and align them on there for the bolt holes. Keep in mind which way is front. Okay, step 2, unfold the inner box. We did that. Place the 2 top cross boards on the wood board and line up the screw holes. Keep in mind that the screw holes for the legs must face the inside of the board. Okay? Not screw these pieces in yet. Alright, so let's do step 3. Okay, step 3 is done. That wasn't very hard. I got those lined up on there. You can see the bolt holes mostly line up. Well, that's an adjustment once you finally get to putting the bolts in. Step 4, slide the leg pieces into the crossbar shown. Make sure the screw holes for the bottom of the crossbars face forward to the front of the workbench. Okay, I know what that's talking about. I'll show you that in a few minutes. Back in a bit. Okay, thought just occurred to me. This is the back of the bench. If I pull it over and up this way, it's wrong. I got to rotate the thing 180 degrees. And here's what not to do. That one's in upside down. These 2 are in right side up. So I got to flip that one over. Okay? That is step 4 out of 8. This thing's going to go together really quick, but there isn't much to it, so I suspect it will. Alright, back in a bit. Okay, step 6 is, well, before I do step 6, here's the workbench aligned properly. All the legs are on correct. Step 6 is to take this guy and to put it on the legs and align it properly. And, well, I can't do that on camera because it's too big and I need both hands. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, step 6 is done. Step 7, screw in the leveling feet all the way. Okay, so I'll put the leveling feet in. And then I put the screws in and it's done. So we're going to have some fun in a little bit. I don't think I'm going to use their supplied wrench. I'm going to go get a ratchet because it'll take forever with their supplied wrench. But this is pretty close to done. I'll come back once I'm ready to turn it over. Then I'll show you guys the final product. The nice thing is it's going to come right up to the bottom of this. So it's going to work just right on me. I'll be back in a second. Alright everyone. Rough assembly is done. All the bolts are in place. I just got to tighten them up. Then we'll turn this upright and see what she's like. Okay? I got a ruler and measured out. That's 2 inches. That's 2 inches. That's 2 inches. That's 2 inches. If all those are 2 inches, it's going to be roughly parallel to the front, and that's all I really need. I'm going to go put the wrench to it, and we'll get her upright, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's upright. Alright, workbench is done. It's put relatively in place. I'm going to move it maybe right or left an inch or two. Big, large cutting mat, just for reference, and a large measuring tape. Here's a good one for reference. An X-Acto knife. I can set up 2 stations, an electronic station and a hobby model station on this thing. And it's probably what I'll do, is I'll put the soldering iron and all this on one end. Alright, there you go. Workbench in place. Just waiting on a little bit more furniture to show up. Got it from Sam's in case anyone's curious. Alright, that's it for tonight. We got movers coming tomorrow and I better get some stuff out of the way so they have room to put stuff. See you guys later.